Not this time. Breadbasket. And again, a hard forearm. And again. Ho, ho, let it all hang out. A flying mare. A drop kick. This could be it. The abdominal stretch, that's it. Manuel Cyclone Soto will get the fall and the event. And a good finish it was, and the fans voiced their approval. Nice round of applause. Good whistling and cheering as Manuel Cyclone Soto came out on top. Here's Buddy Wagner.
The time, wrestling fans, 5 minutes, 18 seconds. The winner with an abdominal stretch. Here he is, the popular Manuel Soto.
And there's something about the charisma of Manuel Soto. He's just a nice person. I think the cameras pick it up. And a good win as the fans cheer Manuel Cyclone Soto onto a victory. And a good match it was over Tony Zolo. We'll be back with a fabulous one. Fabulous Luke Graham. In a moment, stay with us. Don't you dare go away.
This is the third bout, wrestling fans. This match is also scheduled as a one-fall bout. And in the ring at this time, wearing the red tights from Puerto Rico, weighing 228 pounds, Miguel Feliciano. Coming down the aisle now, wrestling fans, wearing the black tights from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing 285 pounds. Here he is, Crazy Luke Graham.
Uh-oh. Buddy
And
Wagner
the
got away.
referee, Dusty Valdama.
Buddy said Crazy Luke Graham, and I don't think Fabulous Graham heard that remark. He jumped all over Buddy a couple of weeks ago, but he missed it that time. Crazy Luke is known to answer many imaginary phones. Every time he hears a bell, he starts wondering if he should go back to Capistrano. Right now, he's back inside the ring against Miguel Feliciano. Graham, who's quite a man inside that ring, 285, 290, stands 6 feet 4. He's from Phoenix, Arizona. Part of the Graham brother legend. And Fabulous Luke is inside as he goes to work on Miguel Feliciano. One fall bow, works from behind his favorite position, a lot of whites in the eyes, and let's watch this action on Championship Wrestling. Feliciano in the wrong spot at the wrong time as Fabulous Luke Graham is calling his shots. Graham down to one knee. I've noticed for the last 3 weeks on Championship Wrestling, some week maybe we'll pick it up. Could be that Graham is superstitious. When he comes into the ring, he always falls on the ring apron with the right knee and then comes up straight forward under the ropes. Most wrestlers will jump up with the left or right foot, but not Graham. He comes in with the knee, then pulls the support of the left leg up. And he always comes in the ring the same way. Uh-oh. You got the whites of the eyes, so start shooting. Luke Graham. This is the third bout to be followed by an interview. Beautiful Bobby from Cincinnati, Chief J. Strongbow in the wind-up bout against the Canadian Wolfman Farkas. And as I mentioned on Championship Wrestling, in Hungarian, Farkas is Wolf. Wolfman, Willie Farkas, the Canadian Wolfman. And you always know when he's around. His odor precedes him by 5 minutes. Ooh-wee. Front face lock, Graham to the advantage. Stay loose. Feliciano asking the crowd, he's holding with a beard. He didn't get a chance to throw a right. He's back with a beard, and he throws a right, but Graham in control of the match.
WPRI TV, Channel 12, Providence, Rhode Island.
The atomic drop. That's got us smart. 1, 2, 3. And fabulous Luke Graham over Miguel Feliciano. Graham calling all of the shots. He had the big equipment with him. Right now, with the atomic drop, Graham wins the bout. To get the official time, Buddy Wagner.
Time, wrestling fans, 3 minutes, 48 seconds. The winner with his atomic drop. Here he is, Crazy Luke Graham.
Uh-oh, you're going to get it, Buddy. Oh, Buddy. That's a no-no. Better correct it.
Luke Graham, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. That was close, Buddy. In horseshoes, he'd have had a ringer. The fabulous one, fabulous Luke Graham, takes the fall in the match. We'll be back with an interesting interview, so stay with us. Don't you dare go away. The gentleman to my left is the Grand Wizard, and the gentleman to my right, you may not recognize him without the big glove, the iron claw that he has inside the ring, and without his wrestling tights on. But the true wrestling fan will know I'm talking about Big Black Jack Mulligan. First of all, this is a straight interview. It goes everywhere. And I want to ask you, Grand Wizard, we'll be bouncing back and forth, a lot of little questions. But where did you find Black Jack?
I found Black Jack Mulligan at a rodeo. He was appearing at this particular rodeo. I went there as a guest of one of the members of the Secretary of State office, and I saw him wrestling Brahma bulls. When I saw the size of this man, Bill, I was immediately impressed. I hadn't seen a man of his stature, his size, that was all solid muscle. Usually when you get a man 315 pounds, you got a little bit of flab. There's not an ounce of flab on that body, as I'm sure you'll testify to. I saw him as soon as he was finished with his wrestling of the Brahma bulls. I went backstage. I talked to him. I offered him a contract. He signed it, and here we are.
Black Jack, when the Grand Wizard came to you at the rodeo to ask you to get into professional wrestling, did you have any second thoughts? Did you figure that maybe a wrestling, do you know anything about it? Do you think the wrestler would be tougher than a Brahma bull, or vice versa, or what?
Well, I tell you, Bill, wrestling bulls and riding bulls and bulldogging calves is pretty rough. To me, it presented a real challenge. A man-for-man challenge, man-on-man, because winner take all in that ring, and that's all there is to it. And so previously, all I'd been facing is bulls and animals and things like that. So the Wizard convinced me with a real nice, fat contract. And no real second thoughts, because from the day I got in this business, wrestling has paid off for me. And here we are at the Mecca of wrestling. And now I'm wrestling that Pedro Morales for the world's heavyweight title very shortly, and I'll be the next world's heavyweight champion. I assure you that one way or the other.
I know you have a lot of confidence in yourself, but watching you in the ring, you got the bulk and the size and the power and the strength and the stamina to back it up. So it's very easy to see why you have such great confidence in yourself. Now, a pointed question. Do you respect your opponent in any way? Do you ever respect him, or you just figure, I'll take him in a large?
Well, I'll tell you what. My athletic background goes a long way. And never, never on the football field, anywhere, wrestling, Brammer Bulls, do you ever underestimate any opponent, because at that point is when defeat can slip up on you. I never underestimate the smallest man, because I go in that ring giving 110%, and that way defeat will never creep up on us. Right, Wizard?
I'll agree with that.
But I am not overconfident at any time. Just as he said, you never underestimate a little man, because there was a man by the name of Goliath that got taken by a little guy by the name of David. And that is not about to happen to Black Jack Mulligan and the Grand Wizard. We don't overestimate, we don't underestimate. We're confident, but we're not overconfident. But we are certain of one thing, and that is the next world's heavyweight wrestling champion. As day must follow night, the sun, the moon, that is the champion right there. It has to be. It's inevitable.
Now, Grand Wizard, you have had the Iron Claw, and it appears to me that no matter who the Blackjack will be in the ring with, they're looking for that claw, they're looking for it, and in so looking for it, they're getting set up for a sneaky left or another move. It appears to me that you have a lot of wrestlers psyched out. They're looking for the claw, and Blackjack could come in for another hold very easily and take him down.
That is exactly true. Anytime you depend on just one hold or one move to win, then you're in trouble. France found that out when they had the Maginot Line against the Germans. He has more moves than the Iron Claw. He has many, many ways in which he can pin, defeat, or make an opponent submit. But as you say, they are looking for the Iron Claw in that one moment when they're off balance. Then he steps in, and they belong to him. They are pinned and defeated.
I would like to congratulate you, Wizard, on a move. Most managers of wrestlers will stay in a corner and try to trip. They'll kick and they'll stomp. I have yet to see this on your part with a man coming outside the ring.
It is not necessary when you have a man of the ability of Black Jack Mulligan. If you have an inferior man, then you'd have to do it. I have a superior man in Black Jack Mulligan.
We'll be back in a moment. Don't you dare go away.
Wrestling at Lincoln Park Ballroom, North Dartmouth, 6 big bouts. See Graham Monsoon, Tyler Strongbow, and more this Tuesday night. Tickets are $250 and $350 on sale at the Music Box, Fall River, and New Bedford, and Lincoln Park Bowling Alley. Every Friday night, it's All-Star Wrestling at Jack Woodsey Sports Arena, Route 1 and 295 North Attleboro. See all the TV stars in action. For card and ticket information, call 617-699-8482. The big battle is in just 2 weeks on Saturday night, June 12th at the Boston Garden. Pedro Morales versus Tarzan Tyler in a wild action-packed championship bout. Tyler says he'll finish Morales for good. Luke Graham battles Strongbow, Valent versus Evans, and more. Saturday night, June 12th at the Boston Garden. Tickets are $2, $3, $4, and $5 on sale now at the Garden. Mail orders to Box Office, Boston Garden, Boston. The next big wrestling event at Rhodes is Wednesday night, June 16th. See Morales and the Black Demon, Tyler, Graham, Strongbow, and more. Tickets are $2.50 and $4 on sale at Buzz Terry's Music Shops, Cranston and East Greenwich, and Muffet's Music Shop, Providence.
This bout is also a one-fall match. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the principals. To my left, he's wearing the red tights from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 235 pounds. Here is Dean Ross. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, coming down the aisle at this time from Cincinnati, Ohio, it's the beautiful one, Beautiful Bobby. He weighs 245 pounds with his famous manager, internationally known, the Grand Wizard. The referee of this contest, Mr. Blue Super, and the beautiful one is still heading toward the ring, accompanied by his manager, the Grand Wizard. Fourth match, 1-4 bout, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that a mini skirt or are those hot pants? Whatever it is. Go get him, Bobby. As I once said about Bobby, if he gets any sweeter, we're going to use him for a sugar substitute. Oh, my. Look at that. He has every color in the rainbow, and if he doesn't have it, his manager, the Wizard, does. Following the yellow brick road. I wonder if there are really yellow pantyhose on the market. I'm not too sure. That Bobby, a lot of sequins. The one thing he does have is a figure 4 Bobby lock, or Bobby pin lock. And when he applies that, applies the pressure, schools out for the opponent. Beautiful Bobby from Cincinnati, Ohio, in the ring. And his opponent, Dean Ross. Ross out of Chicago at 235 pounds. A lot of whistles coming from the audience, mostly from the men. Uh-oh, Rorschach test for everybody. They're liable to flunk it. They were all in trouble. They just back up the wagon. Up. You silly savage, move back. Oh my, oh my. I've never seen anything like this. Look, oh. I don't know. If I were some of the fans, I'd tell them to put it back on. Look at that outfit. Oh, my. Well, with him taking the outfit off, it proves that he's not wrapped too tight. Oh, my, my. Oh, listen to those whistles. Gee whiz. Here we go. We'll try it again. I think the buttons are broken. They lost their buttons. Poor Bobby. The BB Kid. Now Dean Ross getting in on it. Grand Wizard wants to get to the yellow brick road. Look at those trousers. Chartreuse. Figures. Whoa! Those of you with color sets, don't adjust the color. What you see is for real. He's a living peacock. One thing, though, beautiful Bobby has some good moves in the ring. And you can imagine what goes through the mind of an opponent. He sees this guy coming out, walking around strutting, wrist and all. He figures, uh-oh, cakewalk time. And then bam, bam, and it's all over with. Bobby undefeated. He made his debut on Championship Wrestling several months ago. Oh, gee. Move back. What a difference between Bobby and the Wolfman. The odors are tremendous. From the ridiculous to the sublime. Let's watch this action on Championship Wrestling as beautiful Bobby from Cincinnati goes after Dean Ross. Bobby showed a mean streak that time. Ross made a couple of good counter moves, but sitting on top was beautiful Bobby. Reverse. Bobby got whipped. He walks into a foot, though. Uh-oh, this could be it. This is the figure 4 Bobby pin lock. And it's a submission. Oh, Ross comes up. He's grimacing in pain, and he better submit. No mistaking that hold. It's a vicious one, and Bobby a little mad. Apparently Ross is playing too rough in there. Hit him once too often. And Bobby usually releases the figure 4 Bobby lock. Not doing it now. Here's Buddy Wagner.
The time, wrestling fans, 2 minutes, 48 seconds. The winner with a figure 4, Bobby Lock. Here he is, beautiful Bobby, the beautiful one.
Well, with the playing of the music, beautiful Bobby is not so beautiful as he kicks, but he got the fall in the match, and we'll be back in a moment with Chief Jay Strongbow against the Canadian Wolfman. Stay with us. Don't you dare go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final bout, 5th and final match of this wrestling hour. A 1-fall bout, or to the curfew. And ladies and gentlemen, the principals in the ring at this time, from Pawhuska, Oklahoma, weighing 250 pounds, here is the sensational and colorful Chief Jay Strongbow, wearing the black tights. His opponent, leopard skin tights, weighing 245 pounds, the Canadian Wolfman.
The Canadian Wolfman Farkas in the ring against the Indian chief and the very popular wrestler, personable person, Jay Strongbow, 250 pounds from Pawhuska, Oklahoma. She wrestles the Canadian Wolfman at 245 pounds. This should be a good match, a definite contrast in styles, smoothness with fluid motion possessed by Jay Strongbow, but Farkas weighs in. Kicks, gouges, bites, and stomps. A lot of finesse by the chief as he moves and works a man. This should be a good bout. The Tomahawk Kid moves on in black. Wind-up bout, championship wrestling. Let's watch the action. Ho, ho, ho! The fancy footwork was won by Strongbow over the Wolfman. Referee, so let's see what comes out of it. Oh, nice takedown. Hey, 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 all right. The Chief still loosening up in that ring, running around. The Wolfman a little perplexed. He's not wrestling a squirrel now. Front face lock, Wolfman to the advantage. Wolfman fighting. And the Chief looks like he's going into a war dance. Woo, woo, let's whoop it up. Knee lift, nice move. Wolfman, back down. Off the ropes. Oh, double forearm, press. 1, 2, 3, that's it. How about that? Wolfman complaining he had a fast count. Hey, hey, let it all hang on. And the Chief, the very popular Indian chief, Chief J. Strongbow, comes out on top. Here's Buddy Wagner with the official time.
The time, wrestling fans, 4 minutes, 48 seconds. Here is your winner, the sensational Chief J. Strongbow.
Chief J. Strongbow put it all together, came out on top. Wolfman in for more punishment. He's back in the cave. He says, oh, wait a minute, I got to get out of here. And the very popular Indian chief takes the fall in the match. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. Don't you dare go away. Bill Cardell, the voice of professional wrestling, back at ringside, and mayhem has broken loose at the arena as the fans all want to get the autograph of the very popular Indian chief, Chief J. Strongbow, who managed to work his way back to the dressing room signing a few autographs. It was a good win for the Chief, as he had an easy time and solved the moves of the Wolfman. Looked like the Wolfman just didn't know where he was, and he didn't get unwound at all. He went down for the count, and he was complaining the referee was a fast count. Nonetheless, the Indian Chief came out on top, and all the fans really liked the way it turned out. We had 5 good bouts, and I hope you stayed with us from the outset of the opening bell. We said anything could happen, and usually does, and it did. Tarzan Tyler is being managed now by Lou Albano. Put away Mike Conrad with that guillotine move. Once wasn't enough. He tried the guillotine twice, and they had to carry Conrad out on a stretcher. He says he's all right, but as I mentioned, he does have a bad case of laryngitis. That will stay with him for 3 or 4 days. Manuel Cyclone Soto put it all together over Tony Zolo, and the fabulous one, fabulous Luke Graham, who sometimes answers to the name of Crazy Luke, over Miguel Feliciano. Beautiful Bobby from Cincinnati, who moves around that ring like something else. He's not exactly a gazelle, but he's not an elephant either. Beautiful Bobby over Dean Ross, and the wind-up bout you saw, Chief J. Strongbow over Canadian Wolfman. I'm Bill Cardell, the voice of professional wrestling. See you again next week, same time, same station, for more of Championship Wrestling. This has been Championship Wrestling, featuring the top professional wrestlers in the world. This program was presented by the Keystone Wrestling Club. Championship Wrestling was directed by the award-winning director and a good guy all the way around, Guy Galante, who can really move those cameras. This program was authorized by the Keystone Wrestling Club solely for the enjoyment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of these pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this program is strictly prohibited. This program was produced by American Telesports Network, a division of Transmedia International Corporation. Championship Wrestling was pre-recorded.
Streaky.
I think Beautiful Bobby's ready for Ripley. Not to join him, but to be written up. Feliciano going to the mountains, and beautiful Bobby goes, now stop that. Bobby has tender ears. He better put a little cotton in. He gave the peace sign, and somebody gave half of it back. Bobby in the orchid trunks, blue tights, purple shoes, and white socks. Feliciano cannot believe it. Can you? This is the second of 5. We have the lady wrestlers next. We may have them now. We have White Venus, Kay Connor. We have Pedro Morales, the heavyweight champion, Black Jack Mulligan. I like that wrist movement he gives his opponent. And a little bit of hip roll. One of the fans standing up doing the same. And his wife grabbed him and said, sit down, you clown. All right. That's Bobby in there. Oh, now the fans back up and giving him all. I think he even winked at Bobby. That tell you something? Side headlock. Ooh, that wasn't so funny. That was a vicious right. One thing about Bobby, he's young, and when he throws hard. Thank you. Oh, you hit too hard, said Bobby. Oh, he's going to check his lip. Maybe he lost some of the lipstick. Sideburns, blonde hair, makes contact. Oh, he's ripping across the face. And after that eye. Well, I have to put Bobby into the Brower Club. Charter member of Bird Brain Incorporated. 2 squirrels, different variety, but nonetheless, neither playing with a full deck. They're giving him the wrist movement, moving him back. I think they're waving to him, but they aren't. They're all giving him a wrist movement. It's a little limp. He learned that in Cincinnati. Beautiful Bobby, like Gorgeous George, would lull you into a false sense of security, and then all of a sudden, bam, bam, it's over with, man. 1, 2, 3, and school's out. Bobby does show some good wrestling savvy. Off the side headlock, drop kick. Bobby just stood there. Feliciano missed. He sits down. He's going to wrap him up. Figure 4, the grapevine, 1 foot. He's got him. Feliciano better submit. Those pops you may have heard were the kneecap. Now they're trying to force Bobby, Dusty Feldbaumer in there, make him release. The wrist kid. Bobby goes back with a kick. And the Grand Wizard trying to get Dusty Feldbaumer's attention. Here's Buddy Wagner. Keep it loose, Buddy.
Turning wrestling fans, 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Here is your winner, the beautiful one, beautiful Bobby.
watch beautiful Bobby strut from Cincinnati as they don't go away. Some of the girls are next, too.
This is the third match, ladies and gentlemen. A special ladies wrestling attraction. One fall. Introducing to my left, weighing 132 pounds, in blue, from Muskogee, Oklahoma, Kay O'Connor. And her opponent, ladies and gentlemen, white and black, from parts unknown, weighing 160 pounds, with a white cape, black trunks. Here is the White Venus. The referee, Lou Super.
The White Venus against Kay O'Connor. Venus with the mask on. Said she couldn't get enough matches, so she's hiding behind a mask. I do know one thing, she has blue eyes. I got that close to talk to her. 160 pounds over Kay O'Connor. Kay, a lot like in appearance, facial of Kim Novak. Pretty young girl. We've had her before on Championship Wrestling. She's a good mixer inside that ring. Oh, beautiful Bobby left with a Grand Whizzer and his pucker power. We hope to have the Cincinnati Kid next week on Championship Wrestling. He's something else, isn't he? Right now we're watching two of the outstanding lady wrestlers. I have no idea of the abilities of this White Venus. She talks a pretty good game. And we'll see if she can hold forth inside the ring and whether she has the good moves. Lou Super, the third man in the ring, going over the rules and regulations of the State Athletic Commission. Good camera shot there of Kay O'Connor offered a friendly handshake and received nothing but thin air in return. Here we go. Third bout on Championship Wrestling to be followed by Pedro Morales. First an interview, then Pedro Morales, then Black Jack Mulligan. Oh, this White Venus carries a lot of weight in her legs. Powerfully built girl. Most of the female wrestlers come in about 135, 140. Venus comes in at 160. All right. Let's watch this action as it unfolds on Championship Wrestling, the Lady Wrestlers. Nice escape to the advantage. Out on top is Venus. The song once recorded, Venus. The original Venus had no arms. White Venus has two, and she uses them to punch. But now she's lifting tight trunks of Kay O'Connor. Sitting at ringside watching the action with Cy Coco, our official timer. Little Super working about as the third man. Again, following this bout, our third one, we have an interesting interview. Then Pedro Morales in a non-title bout, and Black Jack Mulligan with a Grand Wizard. This Grand Wizard keeps pulling the trunks and getting away with it and lifting up Kay O'Connor in an awkward position. All right. Nice leg trip. Beautiful escape to the advantage. Kay's on top. Okay, Kay. Let her all hang out. Last week on Championship Wrestling, we saw a non-title match at Fabulous Moolah against Doris Bannon out of Hollywood. Moolah been champion for about 14 years. And good champion for Lady Russia Spitfire. But another Spitfire is in the ring to the advantage, Kay O'Connor, a blonde Spitfire. She's learning, she's learning well, and she's a young girl. Got a tremendous future ahead of her. Right now, she has to put up with the likes of the masked White Venus. Referee in there checking whether it's a chokehold or not. And apparently not, because he didn't make Venus release the hold. From behind, now what? Uh-oh. Atomic drop down to the knee. It's gotta hurt. Off the ropes, now what? Ooh, into the midsection. And Kay O'Connor goes down. Uh-oh, this could be it. The Boston Crab. O'Connor can't get out of it. She's trying to look away the ropes, but she can't. Venus wrapped up Kay O'Connor in the Boston Crab. Almost broke her back. Now comes in with some soul power. Kay is down, visibly shaken. Here's Buddy Wagner with the official time.
The time, wrestling fans, 5 minutes and 42 seconds. The winner with the Boston Crab. Here she is, the White Venus, ladies and gentlemen.
To the approval of practically no one, the White Venus raises her own hands, victorious fashion. She takes the fall in the match. Referee over there now checking Kay O'Connor, making sure she's all right. She's leaving the ring. We'll be back with an interesting interview. Stay with us. Don't you dare go away. Didn't go too long, and they said, how about interviewing Chuck again? So that's what we're going to do. So, Chuck, let's just lean back on the ring apron. Welcome to Interview Time on Championship Wrestling.
Thank you, Bill. It's nice to be here.
It's a pleasure to talk to you. I know that wrestling, you've been wrestling for how many years now?
Oh, I lost count. There's quite a few.
Quite a few. You move very well in the ring. And wherever you go, people have written to me, they say, gee, you know that Chuck Richards, inside the ring, sometimes he loses his temper. But when we meet him up in Boston or we meet him up in Stamford, Connecticut, they say he's a real fine gentleman, very soft-spoken. Would you mind telling us why the double standards? I know the answers, but why sometimes in the ring you act ferocious and vicious and you attack an opponent, and then outside the ring you're a perfect gentleman?
Well, what's the sense of losing my temper outside of the ring? Inside the ring, that's the spot. I mean, when you get inside, it's all out. You have to take care of yourself, and God help the fellow that doesn't. So that's it. But outside, I'm a human being. What can I say?
I know you ran into some young gentlemen recently. You were playing some basketball, and they said, "Hey, mention our name." Who were the boys? Do you remember?
Oh, a few friends of mine. I don't remember their names. I wrote them down. Ricky Carbone, Mike DeRoberts, and Craig Ennis.
Now, how did you meet these three boys? What happened on that?
Oh, well, I was up playing a little basketball in a basketball league in Summit, New Jersey, and I met them up there, and they started to ask me different questions about wrestling. They're wrestling fans. They've seen me on TV and other wrestlers, and they're just interested, you know. They wrestle in high school, so we became very close friends just in the course of a few hours last night. And they said, if you ever get a chance, would you please mention our names? So I thought I would. How you doing, fellas?
All right. Now, Chuck, what kind of a hobby do you have? I know you wrestle a lot, but do you have any hobbies, anything in particular you like to do to get away from it all? Maybe basketball?
I play some basketball, yeah. And different things. I work out, weights and so forth. Anything to keep active, any athletics that
Anything you can do.
Right.
Chuck, you've been an athlete all of your life. Now, we get mail from young men in high school saying, how do we get into professional wrestling? I'd like to counterphrase that by, how did you get into professional wrestling? Maybe you can help somebody by your answers, some of the high school boys that are wrestling currently.
Well, it's not easy. It's a lot of hard work. Many times you have to sacrifice. Friends say, come on, let's go out, let's go to a dance, let's do this, let's do that. You have to sacrifice this time. You either go out and have a good time, or you work to get your body in condition, to get yourself in the condition for this type of a sport. It's a very hard sport. It's very demanding. And if you're not in good physical condition, you just won't last. As far as getting into wrestling, this is also in this particular area in Washington, D.C., working for Vince McMahon and up through New England and everything. This is an area for top wrestlers. You just don't start wrestling and expect to come in here and wrestle. You have to get out on a road. You have to wrestle in different areas. You have to build yourself up, work out, and then come in here when you can compete with some of the men. Let's face it, through this area, through this general area, through here in New England, you have some of the top wrestlers in the country today.
That's right, and when you put your name on a contract, whether it be a Gorilla Monsoon, you're going in there, the number one thing, you must be able to defend yourself at all times, anywhere, anytime, mainly in the ring.
Right.
And sometimes you'll run into a smart aleck out in a bar or in a restaurant that will try to show off for his fiancée or his girl. They're the easiest to take from what I hear from professional wrestlers.
Right, right.
They're the pretty easy ones. You know, I get many letters. I've interviewed many young wrestlers, like maybe I remember one boy that tried out for the Olympics as a wrestler, and he said he wanted to get in professional wrestling. He didn't think too much of it. He went in the ring against Cowboy Watts, lasted less than a minute. And the boy was about 265 pounds. He had good ability, but he didn't have the heart. You need ability and you need heart in that ring.
Oh, definitely, definitely. That's the whole thing. Heart, stamina, condition, the whole thing.
Right.
You have to really love it. You have to like it. And you have to go in there and do the very best you can.
And I know you do. Chuck, we'll see you later on Championship Wrestling. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
One of my favorites, Chuck Richards. We'll be back with Pedro Morales. Don't go away.
Every Friday night at Jack Witzy's Sports Arena, Route 1 and 295 North Attleboro. For ticket information, call 617-699-8482. It's a return bout between Bulldog Brower and Indian Chief Jay Strongbow. And that means probably the wildest bout ever seen at Rhodes on the Patuxent. It's on Wednesday night at 8 p.m., May 5th. You won't want to miss 1 minute of this Brower-Strongbow battle. There's plenty more May 5th at Rhodes on the Patuxent. Tickets are $2.50 and $4 on sale now at Muppet's Music Shop, Providence, and Buzz Terry's Music Shops, Cranston and East Greenwich. Saturday night, May 15th at the Boston Garden is the date for the World's Championship bout between Pedro Morales and Black Jack Mulligan. You'll see Beautiful Bobby, Strongbow, Brower, and a girls' tag match. Tickets are $2, $3, $4, and $5 on sale now. Mail orders to Box Office, Boston Garden, Boston.
This is the fourth match. Wrestling fans, a non-title bout, one fall contest. Here are the principals. Introducing it to my left in the red tights, the Bronx Whirlwind, Bronx, New York, weighing 242 pounds, Johnny Rods. And ladies and gentlemen, from Calabria, Puerto Rico, 245 pounds, also in the red tights. Here he is, the undisputed world heavyweight wrestling champion, Pedro Morales. And the referee, Dusty Feldhammer.
Championship belt worn by Pedro Morales. And right now he's taking off the championship belt. Worldwide Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion of the world, beating Ivan Koloff. Koloff was champion for just 3 weeks, would not give a return bout to Bruno Sammartino, and signed a bout with Morales, and Morales put him down. There you're looking at the beautiful belt. That's the owner and possessor of Pedro Morales. Beautiful indeed. Now we're watching in the middle of the ring, Pedro Morales from Calabria, Puerto Rico. 240 pounds, 5'11", 28 years of age. Wrestling since he was 16. Turned pro November 11th, 1958, and he is some kind of wrestler. And Johnny Rod says, wait a minute, frustration has set in. The whirlwind has slowed down to a breeze. I thought he was going to go after our monitor. I'd have protected $3,000 worth of equipment, but I want to thank our director, Guy Galati, for putting my chair on wheels and moved back 16 rows. I had a letter once saying, did any of the wrestlers ever rough you up? In my 15, 20 years of announcing matches, about 3, 4 times. Boy, you remember them. Ain't no way you can defend yourself against a professional wrestler when they own you. Let's watch this action. Pedro Morales against Johnny Rods on Championship Wrestling. Conrad saying, let him have it. And Morales charges in. A high field sends Rods again flying. Rods is not the brightest bulb in the circuit. Tried to get away with something illegal and didn't. Into the referee's hole. See what comes out of it. Ripping across the face. Rods goes after the eyes again. From back, but actually Morales in great shape. It's like hitting a cement building. Ooh! Morales is down. And Rods comes in with a chokehold, getting away with it. Oh! Over the padded turnbuckles. And tit for tat. The champion says, you want to play that way, so will I. Oh, all right. Black Jack Mulligan scheduled next with a Grand Wizard. Our cameraman getting a little dramatic. He's down on the knees. Good elevation shot. Rods goes back after the eyes, and the southpaw champion comes in again. When his crowd comes alive, they're standing up. 75% of the fans. Whoa! Tommy dropped down, press. This should be it. 1, 2, 3, schools out. Morales let it all hang on. Took Rods down in a good action-packed match. Here's Buddy Wagner with the official time. Buddy?
Time 44 minutes and 5 minutes and 45 seconds. The winner, ladies and gentlemen, with a backbreaker. Here he is, the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Pedro Morales.
Pedro Morales with a roar of the crowd, cheering him on. And he likes to hear the roar of the crowd. We can't blame him. It's music to the ears. Rods apparently has had enough, comes back in. And Morales throws another left. And another hard left. He's going to body slam him, I think. Oh! Rods better get out of there before he gets killed. And Pedro Morales comes out on top. We'll be back in a moment. Join the action in progress. Black Jack Mulligan, managed by the Grand Wizard from Eagle Pass, Texas, against Mike Conrad. And all of your favorite wrestlers will be at Willowsby in the near future. Let's watch this action. Last bout. Conrad says he submits. Black Jack won't release. Blue Super over there, trying to get the Iron Claw off of the head of Mike Conrad. Fans are chanting, "We want Morales." Grand Wizard in there. Here's Buddy Wagner.
Time, wrestling fans. 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Here is the winner, Black Jack Mulligan.
Black Jack takes the fall in the match. We'll be back in a moment. The voice of professional wrestling back at ringside, hoping you enjoyed the previous 60 minutes. They went pretty fast, especially the last few with Black Jack Mulligan on the inside with the Grand Wizard, and Black Jack Mulligan crossed the path of Pedro Morales on the way to the dressing room, a little bit of sparks. We hope you enjoyed all the matches. I plan on seeing you again next week, same time, same station, for more of Championship Wrestling. This has been Championship Wrestling, featuring the top professional wrestlers in the world. This program was presented by the Keystone Wrestling Club. Championship Wrestling was directed by the award-winning director calling all of the shots, Guy Galante. This program was authorized by the Keystone Wrestling Club solely for the enjoyment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of these pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this program is strictly prohibited. This program was produced by American Telesports Network, a division of Transmedia International Corporation. Championship Wrestling was pre-recorded.